All right, let me clean this off. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome to Make Your Mind. This is, oh boy, this is the one that you've all been waiting for. I've had a lot of requests to get this specific sculpture done. And if you saw my preview video that I posted on Wednesday, you saw that I actually, if you waited till the end, you more than likely saw the first sculpture that I did, but I have added to it since then. And I've added, not to the sculpture itself, but I've added to this video in particular. I have to say, this sculpture, literally in the process of, I'm literally filming it just as I finished it. This sculpture right here took me longer to make than the Gargantuan Leviathan did. There are so many little details on this creature in particular. I had no clue, and there was a couple of moments where I'm like, man, do I really want to do this? But now it's done, and I'm going to show it off to you guys right now. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce the first part of the sculpture of the Ice Worm. The Ice Worm, I have to say, is one of the most unique creatures that Unknown Worlds has ever done. Because this creature makes the land unsafe. You think that you can climb on the ice, and you think that the ice is safe? Oh no. It is not safe, especially in the game that you're dealing with creatures like the Snowstalker, which is a problem for sure. But the Ice Worm is a totally different league, a totally different animal to the Snowstalker, because this thing travels under the ice and it breaks through the ice with this massive, hot, basically a giant hot ice pick. It pierces through the ice and can literally break through and attack unsuspecting creatures from underneath. And the other part that I do like about this creature is that it has no eyes. It has no eyes at all. And I made this little pedestal here so that the creature could break through the ice and look out and see. This thing, the Ice Worm, this thing is it's so unique for a creature. But I know you guys didn't come all the way. You guys haven't waited this long. I know it's only been a week, but you guys haven't waited this long just to see the sculpture that you've already seen. Let me go ahead and bend your head down a little bit. Let me put you off to the side here. And let me showcase the sculpture that you all really came to see. Oh, sorry. Sculpture that you all really came to see. The full body of the Ice Worm. But before I show it, actually, in the process of me getting it here into the camera, I'm going to explain what this is. The Ice Worm is an aggressive Leviathan-class creature that burrows beneath the surface of the ice. They appear to be an ambush predator, or predators, yikes, there could be more than one, drawn towards vibrations above the ice. So this thing actually acts very similar to if you've ever seen the movie Tremors, the Graboid, the underground worm. But this is like an ice version, and this thing is way more terrifying than a Graboid. Ice worms are exclusive subterranean creatures and do not swim. Now that is a key factor here. These creatures primarily survive in thick sheets of ice, glaciers especially. Sorry about that, I'm just doing a little bit of touch-up here. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'm going to need to back up the camera. So this thing, not going to lie, this thing is big. Okay. There we go, adjust that. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my mount here. There we go, now I got a little further back. Alright, as I appear this, I'm going to be explaining also what it is. The Ice Worm has a very, very long body, the top side of which is completely covered in a thick, segmented exoskeleton. And here it is. This is the full body My completed sculpt. Man, I still can't fit this thing into the camera. This is my full body sculpt of the ice worm. This thing is so huge. Let me see if I can give this a little bit of a bend. I just finished this. This sculpture took me a very long time to do. Let me see if I can sort of fit it in the frame. There we go. That's more like it. Now you can see it. The clay is still a little bit warm, so it's a little bit easier to work with. There we go. That gives you a good idea of what it looks like when it's under the ice. Because you typically only see about that much. Only when it jumps out of the ice do you actually see what this looks like. Alright. Beneath these plates, which are these plates right under here. Let's see. Oh, where was I reading? Oh, here it is. Is another set of triangular plates that stick out horizontally, each with a backwards-facing spike, which are these individual spikes you can kind of see on the creature. Let me flip this over. You see those little spikes? They're all backwards-facing because these are individual claws that help to dig it through the ice. So that way this creature can actually maneuver fast. And this thing maneuvers scarily fast under the ice. Well, scarily, I don't even think that's a word. But it moves at extreme speeds. This thing is very well adapted for its environment. I mean, it's pretty much attuned to it. Climbing through glacier sheets and large ice packs with absolute ease. The underside of the creature is bare and unprotected, lacking any protective plating, so as you can see, you got the white under here. The underside is a grayish-white color and has 2 rows of parapodia, which it uses to grip the ice. The parapodia are these little legs right here, these little claws that basically grip the ice as it scurries along. This thing doesn't scurry. This thing moves at incredible speed. It is so fast, and you think to yourself that the ice is safe. No. Even snowstalkers don't think the ice is safe. This thing will consume a snowstalker in one bite. That is how big this thing is. The head is mainly comprised of a single huge plate which tapers to a long, thin horn sticking straight out of its head, right here. This horn is superheated and allows the ice worm to melt through the ice in order to burrow. Below horn is the creature's 4 mouth parts that can be seen. Each is long and curved with a solid black exterior. Actually, it's not solid black. The model is actually purple. And a fleshy red interior, which you can kind of see there. And you can definitely see with the sculpture right here. You see that? But the model used to be black, but now it's actually more purple. It's a purple shade. Let's see here. The inside of the upper and lower part is lined with black spines, the tail end which is paired with long, thin spines right here. And by the way, the long, thin spines back here, those are heated as well. And I have to say, this creature... What? Unknown Worlds, seriously. Leave me a comment or something. What temperature would this spike, would this horn have to be in order to pierce through the ice as quickly as it is? I mean, I'm thinking at a minimum 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Maybe 1,200, 1,500 degrees? I mean, this whole creature would have to be super heated, would have to be super warm, just to be able to fit in the ice, just to be able to go through the ice as quickly as it does. Alright, let's talk about its behavior. The ice worm travels just below the surface of the ice, producing a distinct trail of pushed-up snow accompanied by a jet of steam. Yeah, because this thing, that horn is so hot that it instantly turns ice to steam. Maybe even superheated steam. Superheated steam is about 750 degrees, so it would have to be that hot. Once it is above ground, it will do a loud roar before doing an attack. If the player or thumper is a reasonable distance from the ice worm will lunge at its target, and it will literally jump out of the ice. And you will see this entire body jump out of the ice as it comes for either the thumper. And FYI, spoiler, if you think that you're safe on the Sea Fox because it's hovering over the ground, you're dead wrong. This thing can sense the Sea Fox from a mile away. And it will come directly for your Sea Fox if it senses it, because the Sea Fox, when it hovers, it vibrates the ground underneath of it. And this thing will find it and take out your sea fox really quickly. Excuse me, your snow fox, the snow fox. Yes, after it has lunged at the player, it will either emerge back of the ground and do another attack, or it will poke at the player from underground with its horn. It has a couple of different attacks. When it comes out of the ground, it will either do a sweeping attack, or it will try to poke you with this massive horn. And when it does, it will fling you into the air and consume you in one bite. That's how big this thing is. I mean, imagine a centipede the size of bigger than a school bus, with a 1200-degree horn on the front of it, traveling through the ice at incredible speed, hunting you. That's what this is. This creature is... I mean, I would even go as far as to say this may be the scariest creature in Subnautica. Maybe only second to the Reaper. But this thing is nearly as big as a Reaper. I think it's actually about... It's actually... I think it is as long as a Reaper, but not quite as big. But it is a massive creature nonetheless. While tunneling, it can dash at the player, and if it catches, it will spear them and fling them into the air before swallowing them whole. There you go. When the ice worm enters hunt mode, they begin to... The wiki just said they. Okay, so there's more than one of these. Hopefully that's not true, but it wouldn't surprise me anyway. They begin to rapidly attack the player using dive attacks, pokes, spear attacks, and whip attacks. Yeah, with the whip attack is where... There's one attack where it actually comes from underneath the player, spins its head around in a circle, and then opens its jaws from underneath the player. Unknown Worlds. This thing is terrifying. This thing is really scary. Let me go ahead and let me show this from the back, so you guys can get a good glimpse of. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. Look at all those. Do you see why this took me so long to post the premiere on my channel? This thing took a long time to make. This thing was crazy long. There we go, so that's a good view. If there's a snowstalker within the vicinity, the ice worm will eat it, suggesting it as a primary known source of nutrition and sustenance. Yeah, it will attack the ice worm. It'll attack... I don't know if this thing will attack penguins. I assume that they're just a snack for this thing. But how much would this thing have to consume to keep the heat? I don't know. This thing would have to consume more than just snowstalkers. I mean, my goodness. This thing is so crazy looking. I mean, look under there. You got all those different claws and everything. And yeah, this thing, I mean, my goodness. Let me go ahead and flip this over to here. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, the clay is a little bit warm, so it's a little bit tough to work with. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and show from this angle. There we go. So you can kind of see it from the back. I'm trying to get multiple angles so you guys can see this thing. There we go. That is amazing. All right. If you're watching this live, good. I know you guys are probably commenting already. I'll be commenting with you guys, so I'll be responding to any comments. And if you've watched all the way up to this point, thank you so much. If you guys are interested, I've been doing some live streams. I've been a guest. I've been so fortunate to be a guest on live streams with Ultraviolet Mango. We've been playing a game called War Robots. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a mobile game that was then ported onto Steam, so it's actually it's a lot of fun. Seriously, that game is a lot of fun. And I'm up to level 7 now, and I've actually played a little more. I'm actually up to level 9. And who knows, we may be doing some more live streams like that in the future, so if you want to, go subscribe to Ultraviolet Mango. And go show him some love. He's one of the guys responsible for the Gargantuan Leviathan mod. Ooh, you see how difficult this is to work with? Look at that, I got the fins are already starting to come off. I don't have any, there are no toothpicks in this, there's nothing. I'm literally I just finished this, and then I'm making the video. And yeah, we've talked about things like the Gargantuan Leviathan mod. I talk about some of the sculptures that I'm coming up with in the future. Like I'm getting into SCPs. If you saw my video I made of SCP-939, that came out, and oops, sorry, I'm gonna have to move my buddy out of the way. Yeah, this thing is big. There we go. That's a cool angle. Let's look at it from the bottom. Yeah, look at this thing. Oh, man, I am running out of room here. I may have to, in the future here, I may have to get a bigger cutting board. This cutting board is getting a little too small, huh? These creatures are getting a little too big. Here, I'll put you down here. There we go, there we go. Everybody can see it. Everybody can see it, all right? There we go. Yeah, no, and I've had a lot of people asking me if I was going to do live streams in particular. I am not allowed yet. I do not have permissions yet on YouTube to actually do live streams, but the more of you who subscribe and comment and like the videos on my channel, the quicker I get to that magical point where I can do live streams, and I would love to make a sculpture like this live right in front of all of you. I would love to do that. And I know that I've had a lot of requests to do creatures, like I had a request to do the baby Snowstalker and the Pingling. I've also had requests to do the Reefback, which is definitely going to do. I may do that. Oh, see, as I'm noticing it. Like I said, this one was just about it. This one was one of the most difficult ones for me to do because it has so many little parts and details. And even as I speak, some of the little claws and feet are coming off. That's what wax clay does, and you just got to kind of work with it. But you guys have been so supportive of all of all of the sculptures I've done. And oh gosh, I am running out of room here. Sorry guys, I keep knocking you over. God, I bet I'm triggering the chat right now because I'm knocking everything over. Oh man, but hey. Once again, thank you all so much for watching this. I've made this video a little longer than usual. And, yes, that is the Iceworm. And with Subnautica Below Zero coming out in May, coming out not too dissimilar after my birthday, to be honest. Maybe I'll do an after birthday, gameplay video where I play, Below Zero. I would definitely love to get that game when it comes out. I know I could get early access, but, right now I got some other work outside of YouTube to do. And, with that, it'll come in time. I'll do a gameplay video where I talk about, I'm not gonna, you'll have my initial reactions, of course, to what the creatures do in the game, but I sort of, as you've seen my videos, I already know what the creatures are and what they do, but it's more a sort of, what I'll do is I'll do basically commentating on my initial reaction to what I'm seeing, and also, some, facts and stuff about the creature, and maybe even show off some behavioral patterns, like tips in order to get around the biome of Subnautica Below Zero without too much incident, especially dealing with the Cryptosuchus. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea. I could do the Cryptosuchus for another one. Leave a comment down below if you've watched all the way up to this point. Leave a comment if I should do the Cryptosuchus. That creature is a lot like the Iceworm. It has a lot of scales and a lot of, oh man. Sorry, guys. I keep knocking this over. See, that pike is really... Yeah, see? The pike is really long. So I have to kind of here. I'll do this. I'll put you sort of up here and at an angle, and then I'll sweep you around like this. There we go. That's a cool picture. All right. Yeah, I would like to do the Cryptosuchus. I've also had a lot of requests for some SCPs, and I've also had a request to do, since I've done both the Alien and the Predator, I got requested to do the Pred Alien. And, you know what? I actually have part of the sculpture I've started sitting right here. Here's a little teaser. Here's a little teaser of the Pred Alien. I got a lot of these coming up, man. I got a lot of sculptures coming. And I've got a bunch of SCPs that are going to be coming over the next week. And the main ones I'm going to be looking forward to. If you guys want to know, I'll tell you a couple of them. I have SCP-049, the Plague Doctor. I also have SCP-035, the Mask. That's another one that's coming out. And I also have another one coming out that is SCP-173. That video is going to be coming out on Tuesday. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because there's a surprise in that video, and I would love when that video comes out, please leave a comment down below. I'm going to be giving the viewers an option when it comes to that video, which will pertain to the upcoming premiere, which, by the way, the upcoming premiere is going to be SCP-682, the Indestructible Reptile. That is going to be the next Saturday premiere. So I'm giving you guys a heads up. So 1 week from now, 7 days from now, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this next Saturday, I will be doing SCP-682. And there will be a choice when it comes to that video, so make sure, tune in on Tuesday. I will be doing a video about SCP-173, and I would love for you guys to leave a comment down below. I'm going to be giving you guys a choice. That's all I'm going to say for now. But with that, thank you all so much for watching this, and thank you all for your patience. I've been getting a lot of requests, and I've been kind of juggling between requests and also doing the sculptures that I want to do, so just bear with me. This thing took me, this one sculpture here probably took me about 8 hours to do. That's in total. I've been putting in some time after work and after stuff outside of YouTube, so with that, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my 2 sculptures here of the Ice Worm. I mean, I would argue, is this scarier than the Reaper? Because with the Reaper, you can hear it, and you kind of know where it is. With this, I mean, it could be anywhere. And the fact that the land makes it, when you're on the ice sheets, it's completely unsafe. Like, there is no getting around that, so I don't know. I don't know. If you think that the Reaper is scarier than this, I mean, once again, leave a comment. And with that, you guys, thank you all so much for joining the premiere. If you're not watching the premiere and seeing this afterwards, I thank you so much for watching anyway. And I will see all of you on the next Sculpture Showcase.